Hey, we just came back from the gaming convention. It's a charity event for kids and helps domestic violence against children. And did we have fun?
Yes.
This is my third year going to Colts. I brought my son this time. Colts is a charity event. It's Colts Gaming for Kids. Hope I don't mispronounce Colts. Maybe I am, but I apologize. But it's a charity event, and every dollar you spend helps at least some way. Every vendor contributes what they earn to this great charity event. So this is my third year going. You can see my last year's video. I don't have the first year I did it. I brought my son with me, so we documented our journey. Colts was great, had a blast with my son. He did Super Smash Bros. Melee tournament, something he's never really played. He's played the other Smash Brothers games like Smash Brothers on 64 and the Smash Brothers, the new one on the 3DS. He's never played the GameCube Melee, and he didn't do too bad for a 7-year-old. His partner carried the team to the second round. He actually went to the second round. Also, watching him play E.T. was priceless. And I know everyone says the worst game in the world. The Angry Video Game Nerd just made a movie about it. And it's a game I've had since a child. But I was playing it too, and I forgot. Yes, you fall in the hole so many times, and I forgot about that. So it was fun watching him, and we actually had a crowd around us while we were playing this game. You could hear people in the background talking about, "It's the worst game in the world. It's killed Atari." And just watching Xander fall in again and again, or the FBI agents grabbing E.T., carrying him off to headquarters. So it was pretty fun. One vendor had a bunch of SNES games in the boxes, the most I've seen in a long time. He actually had some really great NES games in the boxes too. but they were kind of faded. And I'll show you. Metal Mech that I got, the very top is faded. But for the most part, it's actually in pretty good condition in this game. It's white anyway. But games like Batman Return of the Joker, usually is a yellow box, was actually faded to white too. And there was a lot of games like that. And he had Bucky O'Hare, even Die Hard. Most of these were really complete in the box. And one thing that someone mentioned is that the carts inside are pretty pristine. And this one actually, if I can get it out, looks like it actually might be new. So this actually might be a new game. It's just the box hasn't been taken care of very well. As you see, it's actually been somewhat sealed. If you're gonna retro game collect, be prepared that when you spend money in this day and age, it's not gonna stretch as much as it used to. I noticed that at this convention is that the money I spent last year, I would have brought home at least probably about 4 to 5 more games than I did this time. Here's our little goodie bag. So go ahead, Xander, grab one out. What do I have so far? Silkworm for the NES. King of the Monsters 2 for the SNES. Every year I get something pretty interesting at Cowlitz. Last year I got a Virtual Boy in the box. This year I got almost the complete set of the Aladdin Deck Enhancer. Wasn't on my list, but something I've been wanting. It hasn't been high priority, but something I thought would be interesting to get. 1943. Complete in the box. I actually didn't get very many NES games complete in the box this time. Yes. Fun game. It's a X rental, so it is kind of a cut box. In fact, last year there was an abundance of cut boxes. This year I only saw a couple of these, so got this one for really cheap. Super Double Dragon, a game I have been wanting for a while. Got it for about $5 or $10 under what it's been going for lately. I got a couple other loose NES games. Xander was insisting I got a goodie bag, and this is what the goodie bag had in it. Let me see, what is that? It is a AP Tournament Golf. Yay, golf game. What else? Jeopardy. Can I see what version of Jeopardy it is? I am not sure if I have this one, so that might have been a good buy, because I don't know if I have that one. Oh, and a PlayStation 2 game, and what is it? Oh, it is Chess Master for the PlayStation 2. So I got scammed this year by a seller. I bought a Final Fight 3 and Demon's Crest, both for the SNES, and I got them for about $5 to $10 under market value. Not very uncommon, it can happen. And Final Fight just went up by $20. I could have got it for about $5 more than what I bought from the seller anyway. But now Final Fight has gone from $60 to $75. And like I always say in multiple videos, you'll probably hear me say again and again, it's almost like a drinking game now. When you retro collect, you play the stock market, it goes up and down. So I got scammed by this seller. I bought it back in early March, expecting my Demon's Crest and Final Fight 3. 2 SNES games. Even before I started collecting SNES more seriously, I wasn't really collecting them at the time, but those 2 games I really wanted to play and I wanted to own. So I bought it, waited for it. The seller was supposed to send it to me last week. He never did. In fact, the seller was supposed to send me back in early March as well, and he never did. So I had to contact Amazon. So I bought it from Amazon. Usually I'm an eBay buyer, but if I buy through Amazon, I'm a Prime member. Well, I found out by looking at his feedback, I wasn't the only one who got suckered by this guy. He actually was taking all of our money, and he only shipped a couple items to about 3 buyers. The rest of us, he scammed. So we gotta watch out for fraud sellers. It doesn't happen very often, but it can. Just look at some of the other horror stories that someone bought an Earthbound a while back, and it actually was a bootleg. It was actually more like a ROM. They did something with the chips inside. It's been a couple years, but these stories are becoming more and more frequent, and that's something that I'm afraid of now as a collector, is if I'm going to spend $700 to $1,000 on a game like Little Samson, I expect it to be 100% authentic. But you take a risk now of someone trying to make a quick buck by bootlegging a copy, homebrewing a copy even, and selling it to you. So just a little tip, watch out for that. There's ways to detect it, and luckily eBay and Amazon usually have your back by giving you buyer protection. So I went to Cowlitz looking for both of these games, but I only got one. At least it's the one I really wanted, Demon's Crest for the SNES. And I got it for about $10 more than I bought originally the game earlier this month, so not bad. So this little guy played E.T. for the 2600, and what kept happening?
E.T. was falling every time into the hole.
Yeah, so you understand the frustration we had when we had the game. But you also played Super Smash Bros. Melee.
Yes.
How many rounds did you play?
2.
2. You got to a second round, and honestly, he's never played Super Smash Bros. Melee. So high five. Well, hey, that's it for us at Cowlitz this time. Check out my other video where we're going to be looking at some other collections, and I'll go on some other prices as well. So have fun, go game, see you later.